Mississippi State hosts 12th ranked Arizona State this weekend in a rematch from last year, little Big 12 SEC clash. Keep your eyes on this game. Keep your eyes on it. Before I get into my prediction and everything, I'll break down the matchup a little bit. So, Sam Leavitt, ASU's quarterback, he looked very dynamic in the opener, threw for 257 and 2 touchdowns in the air, ran for 73 yards and 2 more scores on the ground. Jordan Tyson out there looks again like one of the best receivers in the country. He had 12 catches for 141 yards and 2 scores. And their defense forced 3 sacks and 8 tackles for losses. 8 tackles for loss on Northern Arizona. So that front 7 is pretty productive. For Mississippi State, they pulled away from Southern Miss in the second half on the road in a game that I thought was going to be pretty close. And the odds makers thought it was going to be closer than it was. So they pulled away. It was pretty impressive. Blake Shapen threw for 270 and a score. Devon Booth and Fluff Bothwell are a great 1-2 punch at running back with both speed and power. And the receiving areas are very well spread out. So you can't really, as a secondary, just look at one player in that receiver room to lock them down. It's very spread out with Shapen. With this line being only 6.5, and it hasn't moved, and Arizona State is getting the majority of the bets, it is such a trap. It is such a trap. Because why, if you're just a casual fan looking at this, you're looking at a top 12 team that you know won their conference and made the playoff last year versus an SEC team that is hardly relevant and is not even going to remotely compete in the league. Oh, they just have to win by a touchdown. Dink, bing, boop. I don't know, guys. Mississippi State looked pretty strong against Southern Miss, which is granted, but I think the line tells you everything you have to know. And Arizona State is prepping for all the cowbells by using 4 of them that are this big in practice. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. I think the environment is going to shock ASU with how electric it really is. Guys, I got Mississippi State to at least cover. I'm borderline on them winning, but I have already placed a wager on them to cover this 6.5 number. I think this is going to be a great game down in Starkville, so do not let this one get swept under the rug.